glory. I want your glory. Less of me and more of you is what I need.
Show me your glory.
Show me your glory. Yeah. Show me your power.
Less of me.
Less of me and more of you is what I need. Yeah.
I need your glory.
Oh, I need.
I want your glory.
Oh, less of me.
Less of me and more of you is what I need.
Oh, Father, show me your glory.
Show me your glory.
Show
me your power. Less of me and more of you is what
So many times.
So many times I've tried my way, but all of the pain didn't go away. I realized that only you give me this love that is so true.
Happy New Year, happy 2024, and welcome back to Midnight Gladness with Bishop Mac's son. My name is Aaron McNair, your host again this week. And the song you just heard is I Need Your Glory by James Fortune. And our title this week is New Year, Same God. And just want to point out something in that song, I Need Your Glory. It says, less of me and more of you is what I need. That's really my favorite line in that song. But I want to try to tie that into New Year, same God. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a great holiday season. Happy New Year to you all. Let's get going. So again, as New Year's and as we typically do as people, I'm sure you've heard people reciting their resolutions. You may have heard or even said some of these things where I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to go to church more. I'm going to spend more time with family. I'm going to stop drinking, stop cussing, smoking, whatever the case may be. All of those things that, people make those resolutions at the beginning of the year and they have good intentions. Please don't get me wrong. But a lot of times those things kind of fail and fade away. Some people stick to them and some people just use it at the beginning of the year or something to say, for conversation purposes. Who knows? I'm not here to judge. I'm just talking about my experience as far as New Year's is concerned. So again, as you know, I always kind of tie that into a story with my father and then, try to tie that home with something inspirational to give you something to think about throughout the week. So I remember one year, obviously it was New Year's and I asked my dad, I was like, hey, you never talk about New Year's resolutions. What's your New Year's resolution? He said to me, he's like, well, I don't do New Year resolution. And I was like, why? He was like, I do a daily resolution. I was like, oh, interesting. Well, what is your daily resolution? And he told me, he said his daily resolution when we were talking about it was the fact that he tries to be as close to Christ or be more like Christ each and every day. And he said that was his daily resolution throughout his life, especially as he became saved and, started really digging into the word, reading, preaching, things like that. And so, me and my smart mouth self asked him, so how's that going for you? And I remember he chuckled and he laughed, but he said, honestly, son, he was like, sometimes I feel like, wow, I got this thing down pat. And he said, other times I fall extremely short. And he said his saving grace was the fact that God is the same no matter how inconsistent we are. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I said, you're absolutely right. And of course, he shared Bible verses with me that I would love to share with you guys out here talking about the same God. So I'm sure everyone, even if you haven't spent much time in the church, in the word, things like that, have heard this particular one. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. That's Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8. And I'll read it again. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. So in my dad's words, God is the same no matter what. So I'll read this one to you. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I, the Lord, do not change. Therefore you, O children of Jacob, are not consumed. And again, it's declaring that the Lord is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Or last year, the new year, years past, years to come. New year, same God. And my last one that I want to share with you this week is James chapter 1, verse 17. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And that got me to thinking, as far as, especially when it comes to a new year, resolutions, things that we try to change in our lives, things that we try to make better, to better ourselves, nevertheless. However, we do fall short. And I remember when my dad said, his saving grace was the fact that God is the same no matter how inconsistent we are. And we're all inconsistent. We're all imperfect. There's only one perfect God, and we serve that perfect God. And the beauty of that is we get another chance every day, every minute, every hour, every breath you take, you get another chance to get it right. So don't be so consumed on the fact that you've done something wrong, but focus more on not just the wrong things, the right things that you do, but also the things that you need to ask forgiveness for. And again, our God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, which means we can go to him, we can pray, we can ask for forgiveness, and we can start over. Make every day the first day of the best days of your life. I think I said that before, but please, keep that in mind. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. New year, same God. So with that, I'd like to drop a couple of nuggets on you and bid you adieu. We will continue strong this year with Midnight Gladness with Bishop Mac's son. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys some nuggets this year and really help us live a better life, a more spiritual life, a life closer to Christ, and have that daily resolution as my father did. So one of the things I want to share, especially as we talk about some of the things that we struggle with, things that we go through, or the things we try to better ourselves. Just remember, when you're going through something hard and you wonder where God is, remember the teacher is always quiet during the test. So for that example, when you're like, God's not hearing me, God's not listening, I'm struggling, I'm going through this, the teacher is always quiet during the test. But once you turn it in, you can get it graded. Hopefully it'll be an A and not an F. But just keep that in mind when you're wondering, is God even there? Is God even listening? Does God hear you? Yes, but you have to believe that in your heart and know that in your soul. And then the last thing I want to talk about, because somebody actually asked me this question, and I kind of pulled from different things, pulled from different areas, and some of the things that either my father shared with me, things that I've learned on my own, experiences of my own. So, and I had to write this down because it got longer and longer as I started thinking about it. And then I read it somewhere and it kind of tied it all in together. So I'll leave you with this. I believe in God, not because of how I was raised, not because of the church, not because of worship music, not because others influenced me, but because I've encountered his relentless, steadfast, unfailing, and merciful love over and over and over again. He saved me from myself. That's why. Because God is the same what? Yesterday, today, and forever. And with that, I'll leave you, and I hope you have a great week, a happy new year. Let's start this new year off strong. And I hope that you continue to tune in and tell a friend, share the episodes. Hopefully someone will get something out of it and, you'll have something to talk about or discuss or even pontificate about. And if you have any questions or if you questioning anything I say, remember, I am not ordained as a minister. I did not go to the school of theology. This is the school of Aaron. But I do try to bring a positive message and a positive light. So with that said, I look forward to next week's episode of Midnight Gladness with Bishop Mac. I love you. I love you. I love you. And have a blessed week.
I realize that only you
Only you.
give me this love